Okay, so we are going to pick up where we left off from yesterday. So we are going to talk about multiplying, dividing today, and then we're going to go and do all 4 operations at the same time. So based on what we talked about yesterday, if we see a multiplication problem, what operation do we need to do? Division. If we see a division problem, what operation do we need to do? Multiplication. So we solve exactly the same as yesterday. We draw our line, that upside down T, through that equal sign, because whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Now, what do you guys see being done to the variable? What operation? Remember, when you don't see an operation sign between the number and the variable, it means to multiply. So if we are multiplying, that means I need to do what? I always draw it like a fraction. So my division sign I use as a fraction. And what am I dividing by? What number? So I'm going to divide by 4 on each side. And the reason that this works is because what's 4 divided by 4, you guys? 1. And so that's like saying 1A, right, guys? But do we need to say 1A? No, so that's why we write just A equals. Does that make sense why that cancels out?
Yeah.
All right, and then negative 24 divided by 4 is? Negative 6. With multiplication and division, it's obviously a little easier than adding and subtracting, so you really need to check your work because the part that you're going to go wrong on is your negatives and your positives. Okay, so if I plug negative 6 back in, I have 4 times negative 6 equals a negative 24. What's negative 4 times negative 6, everyone? And does negative 24 equal a negative 24? So that's how we know we did it right. If you plug it back in and you're getting the negative part wrong, you know you messed something up somewhere. Okay, so please be really, really careful with that part. So this is why I mean be careful is like number 8. Draw your upside down T, that line going through that equal sign. What operation is being done with the number and the variable?
Multiplication.
So it's being multiplied, which means I need to. Now, what number do you think I'm going to divide by in this point? I'm going to divide by that negative 7. When you multiply and you divide, you must take that negative with you because I don't want a negative variable. I want a positive variable, and if you don't take that negative with you, you will leave it a negative variable. So those 7s cancel out. I'm left with P equals negative 56 divided by negative 7, which is, what is it? 8. And if I plug 8 back into my problem, I have negative 56 equals negative 7 times 8. What's negative 7 times 8? And does negative 56 equal a negative 56? If you didn't take that negative with the 7, guys, you would have told me a negative 8. And then that would have told me the answer was a positive 56, and that's not the case. So do you see why it's really important to check your work? Because you could be off just by a negative. Questions? All right, green paper, next page. Number 9. Same thing, guys. Draw your upside down T. But what operation do you see being done this time? And if I see division, that means I need to. So I'm going to multiply each side by what? My 5s cancel out. So I'm left with just an N equals 9 times 5, which is? Double check your work. 45 divided by 5 equals 9. What's 45 divided by 5? Does 9 equal 9? Questions? Okay, let's do the same thing on number 10. Draw that line, your upside down T. What operation do we see being done? Which means I need to. And what am I multiplying by on this problem? My negative 8s will cancel out. I'm left with R equals 2 times negative 8, which is 16. Sure, it's a negative 16, so we got to take that negative with us. Oh, yep. And then plug it back in. 2 equals a negative 16 divided by a negative 8. What's negative 16 divided by a negative 8? And does 2 equal 2? So we know we did it right. All right, 2 more, and then we'll do some practice without me. Same thing, guys. Draw your upside down T, your line, through that equal sign. What number's there? Because I don't see one. So there's a 1 right there, that negative 1K. There's always a 1 there, you just don't see it. So what operation is currently being done? Which means I need to. So I'm going to divide, and I'm going to divide each side by what? A negative 1, because I need to get rid of that negative sign. In order to get rid of it, I have to divide by a negative 1. My negative 1s go away. We're left with K equals 7 times negative 1. What is 7 times negative 1? Plug it back in, guys. It's a negative 1 times a negative 7. What's negative 1 times negative 7? Does 7 equal 7? So we know we did it right. Last one, number 12. Draw your upside down T. What operation do you see being done? Division. So that means I need to, what everyone? And what am I multiplying by? My 6's go away. I'm left with X equals negative 12 times negative 6. What's negative 12 times negative 6, everyone? Positive or negative? Plug it back in, you get 72 divided by a negative 6. Guys, what's 72 divided by a negative 6? Does negative 12 equal a negative 12? So we know we did it right. Questions? Okay, I cannot stress the point enough. Please, 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 please check your work. Check it, check it, check it. Got it, guys? Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's answer these questions. Number 14. Tell me what you did, not the answer, tell me what you did to number 13. Perfect. So you're going to add 11 to both sides. So then, nope, I don't have a 24. 15? What'd you get as the answer? X doesn't equal negative 8. A positive 8. Because that 11 is bigger than that 3, so it'll be a positive. So then that'd be where you'd want to plug that negative 8 back in, and you would have seen that negative 8 minus 11. And then resolved it, and there we would have known. So good job. Number 5. What did you do on number 14?
Divided negative 10.
Perfect. We're going to divide by negative 10, which means 21. What's my answer? Yep. Very good. 20. What did you do on number 15? I just want to know, what am I doing to each side? Very good. I am subtracting 15, so 22. What's my answer? Hopefully you wrote A equals, not 9. And then what'd you say the answer was? Positive 13 or a negative 13? 2 minus 15. It's a negative. I cannot stress enough. If you are not checking your work and you're getting the answers wrong, that's a mistake, right, guys? Check your answers. If I have to force you, I will. Don't make me do that. Number 13. What did you do to solve number 16? Added 3. So number 2, what's my answer? H equals 27. 16, what did you do on 17?
I subtracted 3, or I multiplied by -3.
Multiplied by -3, which means my answer is what, 23? M equals 12. Number 9, what did you do on number 18? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What? What operation did you do? I just can't hear you. You gotta talk louder. Well, right now I am already multiplying, which means I need to do what? So I'm doing what? I'm dividing by a what? I'm dividing by a -1, which means my answer is what, 18? Y equals -9. Very good. What questions do I have so far? All right, here we go with the rest of them. 12. What do I do on number 19? Okay, but I don't want, that's just a lot of things. Because you just said subtract a -47. So instead of writing minus a -47, two negatives next to each other should just be a what? How do I get rid of this -47? Well, I need it to get to 0. How can it get to 0, Mark? What am I going to do? I'm going to add 47. That's the exact same thing, Mark, as you saying minus a -47. It's just less science. Does that make sense? Yeah, so you should still get the same answer with what you wrote, though, okay, bud? Number 3, what did you get as the answer? W equals 37. Nicely done. Number 8, what do I do on number 20? I multiply it by 9. Yep, that's all I need. Number 6, what did you get? P equals -81. Excellent job. 7, what did you do on number 21? I divide by a -16, which means 17. What's my answer? A equals 3. Number 1, Anderson, that's you, bud. What did you do on number 22? Perfect. Add the 9, so number 11, what's my answer? K equals 29. Positive or negative? Nope. Guys have to make sure we are paying attention, because otherwise we're going to get problems wrong. Number 4. What did you do on 23? Annie, that's you, girl. Times -4. Which means my answer is what, number 10? V equals 80. And number 19, what do I do on 24? Divide by 6. Which means everyone, my answer is N equals 0. Very good. What questions do I have?